We're delighted you could be here, and this is an event that honors SF student veterans, and offers us a very special opportunity to hear from one of Congress's strongest supporters of veterans, Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, and we're delighted to have her with us. Now, this campus is delighted to be a leader in the partnership between the California State University and the Governor of California to create a nationwide model for higher education opportunity and success for veterans and active duty service members. And I'm told that right now we have 300 veterans as students on the campus right now. And I got to tell you, we're awfully proud of the fact that you chose San Francisco State as the place that you wanted to take your degree. And we're determined to make your experience at San Francisco State a positive one. It's a large campus, over 30,000 students. We're seeking to make it smaller in terms of the, how we treat you and the services that we do provide. We have a dedicated veteran support team, representatives from a wide range of campus services, and they are, I think, providing you with what you need, and if not, for sure we'll hear from you. As veterans, you make a special contribution to SF State. You embody one of the university's core values, and we speak about all the time, the commitment that we have to social justice and equity. Your service to this country has brought that value to life. We're proud to have you here as students. We also talk about diversity, and oftentimes people think about diversity in terms of ethnicity and color and gender. But diversity is more than that. And again, your presence diversifies the student body. I'm sure that you've run into the occasional person who has difficulty understanding your role here on the campus, and the fact that you're a little bit older than the usual student. You've had a set of experiences that they have not had. But you're part, actually, of the learning process for them, and we appreciate that as well. Last May, from the at commencement, I called attention to the fact that we had 115 members of the class of 2010 who were veterans. As I said to the veterans that day, that I accept our congratulations and our deeply felt gratitude. I trust that each veteran in this room will someday hear those words, maybe not from me, but at your own graduation. That is our goal for you and our commitment to you, that you will graduate, you will get a degree, and you'll take your place in the civilian society, making this a better state and a better country. Now it is my pleasure to introduce individually, as each comes up to speak, the student speakers who are representing you today, and a person who is going to be making some remarks and will introduce Speaker Pelosi. The first of them is Young Hoo Win. He is the president of the SF State Veterans Club. He served in Iraq with his Marine Reserve Unit, and is one of the first students to receive the post-9/11 GI Bill, which benefits so many at San Francisco State. He will graduate this year with a Bachelor's of Science in Management. Young?
Good morning. My name is Young Win, and I'm a living example of your tax dollars at work. I'm 24 years old and will be graduating this semester with a degree in business management. I'm also the president of our Veterans Club here on campus. I served 6 years in the Marine Corps Reserve from June of 2004 to 2010, deploying to Iraq from 2008 to 2009 as a motor transport operator. Returning from Iraq and transitioning back to school in the fall of 2009 was perfect timing for me, because that was when the post-9/11 GI Bill was implemented. SF State student veterans who served 4 or more years of active duty receive full tuition payment, a living stipend, and book allowance. Student veterans at SF State are also granted early priority registration, allowing us to graduate on schedule. Lastly, the university has provided us with competent staff members who work diligently on our behalf. Ernie, Rogelio, and up until recently, Sandy, have gone above and beyond their line of duty to serve the student veterans on campus. I would like to thank the university administrators for providing student veterans with the opportunities and resources to succeed academically, and I would also like to thank Congresswoman Pelosi for leading us on the UGI bill. Thank you.
Army veteran Tara Smith was a member of the Army intelligence in Iraq. She enrolled at San Francisco State this fall, is admitted into our very highly competitive creative writing program, which draws applicants from across the nation, indeed from the world.
Hi, my name is Tara Smith. I'm 28 and I'm a U.S. Army veteran. I'm also a first-year graduate student in the creative writing program. While I was in the Army, I was stationed in Germany with the 1st Infantry Division, and I deployed to Iraq for 1 year. I was a chemical sergeant, actually. I'm intelligent, but I wasn't in intelligence. And while I was deployed, I mostly drove in convoys to support combat operations. After my service, I returned to college and received a bachelor's degree in English with the old GI Bill. And I always dreamed of earning a master's degree, but I didn't have the means to do so. The post-9/11 GI Bill has changed my life because I didn't have to let money come between me and my goals. I'm able to pay for my tuition, fees, books, and housing, all covered with the post-9/11 GI Bill. And that makes it to where I can fully focus on my classes. For my thesis, I am writing a memoir about my experiences in Iraq and my struggles with PTSD upon my return. My goal is to help other veterans and families of veterans, and I want to help them through my writing, which I can now pursue wholeheartedly thanks to the post-9/11 GI Bill. I'm very proud to have served my country, and I'm so grateful for all the gifts that it's given me. Thank you.
Ian Petrie served in the Coast Guard. He was admitted to the university last spring and is working towards a degree in environmental studies, concentrating in urban environment. Ian?
Hi, my name is Ian Petrie. This semester I'm finishing up my junior year at San Francisco State in environmental studies. I'm a 27-year-old Coast Guard veteran, and environmental studies corresponds with my training as a Marine Science Technician second class in the Coast Guard. I served on the Coast Guard Cutter Morgenthau for 2 years and an additional 3 years at Sector San Francisco. I'm here today to thank Speaker Nancy Pelosi for her leadership role in passing the post-9/11 GI Bill, her district staff for making it possible to use my benefits, and the school for creating an easy transition from military to civilian life. And I've never received straight A's my entire life, but with this post-9/11 GI Bill, I've been able to focus completely on school, and I've received straight A's for my first 2 semesters at San Francisco.
Thank you. You get an A for today, too. Raphael Garrett is an Army veteran who saw service in Kosovo, and with the stronger support afforded by the post-9/11 GI Bill, has been able to return to school. He entered our paralegal program this fall. Raphael.
Thank you, folks. Good morning. I'm Raphael Garrett. I'm 42 years old. I'm a United States Army veteran. I decided to join the Army in 1999, and I saw service in Germany with the 30th Medical Brigade. I served in Kosovo with the 1st Armored Division in support of the peacekeeping operation that continues there until today. And I also served with the 101st Airborne Division during the initial preparations for the Iraq War. I had to separate from the Army because of an injury that I sustained in Kosovo. And when I came back to civilian life, I found that it was going to be difficult to go to school and work at the same time. The old GI Bill was okay, but it wasn't enough to allow a person to do both things. And now I'm very grateful because with the post-9/11 GI Bill, after a number of years, I'm able to return to school and do what I wanted to do from the beginning. I want to thank the Speaker. I want to thank the Congress of the United States. I want to thank President Obama, because without this bill, more than likely I wouldn't be able to be in school. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Rafael. I think that speaks the truth for a lot of people. Without this bill, we would not have these students here right now. And now I'm pleased to present an individual whose name and whose organization are surely familiar to everyone in this room. Michael Blecker has served as Executive Director of Swords to Plowshares for 3 decades. And this time he has built it into the nation's most powerful and effective civilian organization that supports veterans. Michael?
Thank you very much. Really, very kind. So, Swords to Plowshares is an organization that helps those returning from war, and we have been doing it since the Vietnam War. And I myself am a Vietnam veteran, and I was able to use a GI Bill to go to school. And I will say that's great. But the GI Bill, when I used it, was a watered-down version of the GI Bill. It wasn't like the World War II GI Bill. And as years went on, it was really clear that veterans, needed meaningful care, and that really starts with how to get them in school and give them a chance to become full citizens. As we know, the World War II GI Bill created the middle class. I think there was stats that showed for every $1 that was paid for the GI Bill, $8 were returned to the Treasury in taxes and just plus what it did for this country. So keeping that model in mind, I think it's really appropriate, but it didn't just happen. This new GI Bill, which is far stronger, it gives you meaningful resources. So, as one of the students said, he can actually focus on school and not worry so much about the financial stress and books and everything, and holding down a couple jobs while they're going to school. And that was really made possible by Speaker Pelosi and others really working in the administration. That would never have happened. Really, it just didn't just happen overnight. There was all this, we can't do it, it's too expensive, it's a shame, our veterans, they deserve a lot, but that's really going to cost us a little bit too much. And I just want to tell you that kind of stuff doesn't happen without people who are champions in Washington D.C. and other places. And so the same people that are endangering our Social Security were against any increase in benefits for veterans, and that to me is anything but patriotic. So I don't think there's anything more patriotic than really supporting with a meaningful GI Bill. And I want to say, again, one of the most responsible people is our Speaker, Nancy Pelosi. It's my deep, deep honor to introduce Speaker Nancy Pelosi.